There's no such thing as grown-ups.
Everything's okay, I'm just trying to act my age. Yeah, I wanna know.
Siri, there's no such thing as grown-ups.
Okay, I found this on the web for Siri. There's no such thing as grown-ups.
I really expected her to give me an actual, some sort of answer or something, not just,
Our website?
yeah. Search for us. At least, wait, let me see. Is it actually us? Oh, yeah, we're, oh, she looked for, Siri, there's no such thing as grown-ups, and she found episode 46, Siri, call me Batman, no such thing as grown-ups. My name's Curtis.
And I'm Tara.
And there's no such thing as grown-ups. There's no such thing as grown-ups.com.
What?
Anyway, doesn't matter, I guess.
Everything matters. Everything must be perfect. Always. Or else it must be destroyed. Beep, boop, 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 boop.
That's crazy robot talk.
That's what's going to happen.
Well,
It's the future.
we were at the drugstore there the other day, and I can't remember if the lady was at the next checkout or in front of us. No, she was at the next checkout, and it was like, whatever, Christmas or, over the holidays, and she was going after it, and she's like just a little girl, like just, barely a teenager working there. Obviously, no real affiliation with the Shoppers Drug Mart Corporation. I don't really care, old lady.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly, you're here while we're open. Don't worry. And the lady's just like, well, I read the thing. Like, it said you're open till 10 tonight. Like, it said you're open till 10. And then the girl was like, oh, well, we're not. Like, the sign on the door says, we're closing in whatever, 10 minutes from now, 20 minutes from now, whatever it is. It's just like, leave her alone. You made it. You're at the checkout. I guess maybe there was an announcement. But regardless, Christmas just happened. If you don't have it, then
chill.
Relax. Yeah, I mean,
You've got a whole year to get it.
stuff will be open again tomorrow, I'm sure.
Hopefully.
And yeah, hopefully.
You never know, though. That's something else to learn, to live, that, geez, might not be it tomorrow.
It's true.
Shop all, like, as close to the time of closing
like
as you
no
can.
one's looking and everyone's dancing. As much as everybody else wants to dance, you go do whatever your dance is. But I mean, that it is kind of true. But at the same time,
And if that's what you want to do with your last days shopping at Shoppers Drug Mart,
yeah, it's
you
Shoppers
go.
Drug Mart.
You go. There's lots of interesting things there.
There's a few interesting things there. I
They
mean,
have a whole aisle that changes depending on the
season,
the holiday.
but it's not still enough that like, oh, it's 6 o'clock now or 5:45. I'm going to need
I could be
until
here
10.
till midnight. What, 10?
Well, that's when she knew that it closed.
Whoa, that's pretty early. I don't even know.
But
If this is Shoppers Drug Mart, come on.
it is.
It's a lot. There's a lot of things
There's
to shop for.
No, there's
It's
not.
practically half a grocery store there.
There's not 4 or more hours worth of things to shop for.
You could get your groceries there. You could get Christmas for your kids. Start shopping now. Or for Valentine's Day, I guess, now.
I mean, yeah, you are
Medicine.
right. There's a lot of like.
You could get your blood pressure
Realistically,
taken.
you could spend.
There's lots of pamphlets to read.
Yeah, a good couple hours at any store.
So there's reading, entertainment-wise.
A lot of reading there.
Sometimes aisles have little videos that play of things.
Well, I don't know. I mean, you're turning me around to
Also
be
candy.
in favor of that. But regardless, if
Did I mention candy?
so, she was planning on spending a good couple hours at the Shoppers Drug Mart, and this ruined her whole day. Or she had to come into town early. She found out, oh no, whatever I read before that I said explicitly, I read this. I read it before. You had to signpost it, and I read on the thing, whatever the thing means.
Sometimes people leave things till the last minute.
And I mean, this was still after Christmas, I believe.
Sometimes things happen after Christmas that you need to, have done.
And I don't know, I guess I
in a
do.
timely fashion.
It
And I
seems
need
like
to
it
get
was.
my stuff from Shoppers Drug Mart the night before because the thing is happening
Yeah, it seems like
at
it
10:30.
was 1,000 years
This thing
ago.
needs to be open until 10 o'clock.
But
What?
yeah, you remember? I don't think that it feels like it was so long ago that
What if you need condoms?
that
I guess maybe you're not thinking back.
maybe this old
You
lady
would appreciate
really
something
was
open
desperate for
till
some
24
condoms.
hours.
And yeah, like we lived in that world where, I mean, it wasn't until I went to college was my first real introduction of, oh, that store is just open all the time. Like, what do you mean? Well, then let's go there at 2 a.m. and get food. Because why wouldn't you? It's available. It's a real thing. And that's still just one store out of all of the stores in all of the land. There's one for 100 miles. And now every store is open most of the time, at least every day. And people still
Crazy.
seem to act like, oh, I better get there. Like, why? Because when I was growing up, if you didn't go Friday, you had to wait till Monday. That's it. Like, whatever it is you wanted.
Whoa.
It didn't exist till Monday. And
When
yes,
did you grow up?
you could still go to the
The
corner
50s.
store. Everything wasn't that. It wasn't the 50s. It wasn't, like I said, it wasn't that long ago.
Sorry, 1962.
Like, even just, no. I wasn't even born in 1962. So that's how.
Everything's shut down at 5 here.
I mean, but yeah, it wasn't that long ago. Everything was shut down at 5. Everything still kind of shuts down at 5 here or earlier. And yet, yeah, there's still like corner stores and the grocery store. Even that is like the grocery store has raised its prices to almost match the crazy corner store prices, and a lot of corner store prices have come down. So there's still somewhere, and for the price of convenience, you can still do whatever that thing is, and most people don't even seem to be aware of the difference of, oh my god, what? It costs 4 times more at a corner store? I don't really look at the prices. I just assume it's a bag of chips. It's just for fun, right? Like, no.
$10.
It's like $10 to get a bag of chips at the corner store instead of the grocery store now. It's insane. But regardless, you still can. Like, that's the thing is, no matter what you're here for, you're at the regular cash register, so it's not like prescription
You can
something
do
or other.
anything.
You can get condoms, old lady, whenever you need to. And again, even if most of your favorite stores are shut down, there is still gas station
Your
condoms.
buddies.
And
Gas station condoms.
And
And,
yeah.
the dollar store.
the dollar stores are open all the time nowadays. And yes, they do sell condoms and birth control tests. Not birth control tests. Condoms are the birth control. They sell pregnancy tests.
Right.
Birth out of control tests.
That's out of control.
And I've made this joke before, and I stand by it. If you're buying condoms at the dollar store, you might as well pick up the dollar store pregnancy test because you're pregnant.
Oh my.
That's just how. Listen, I don't know. I've never not walked by that section. It blew up into a section at one point. I don't know if it still is, but there was like a rack of them instead of, oh my god, there's like 2 or 3 condoms here at the dollar store. It's like
now there's a choice.
now there's choices, and I'm pretty sure somebody
Dollarama
has
brand. Condoms.
hole poked brand condoms. I guarantee, like all teenagers do, is go to the dollar store and poke holes.
Out of date condoms.
And yeah.
I'm a teen. What are we going to do today? Well, we got to go. It's Thursday night. Poke holes in the condoms at the Dollarama. Then we're going to go over and probably like throw garbage out of the dumpster out back of the mini mall.
Yep.
Then we're just going to go around like, right, wash me on the cars in the parking lot.
That's why you're the
by
leader.
the Sobeys.
Because you have all the best plans. Then what?
Then we're going to stay out past our curfew.
Awesome.
Smoking out behind the police station because the cops are over at Tim Hortons.
I don't know. I love this. I feel like when we're older and we're telling people what we did when we
We're
were
gonna be
when
so
we were a gang,
cool.
we'll be like, oh my god, yeah. So I mean, we still need a gang name though.
I think our gang name should be the Condom Holes.
The Condom Holes.
Yo,
Okay, hold on.
we're the Condom Holes.
No, I don't know, boss. I don't know, because that kind of points out, like, if the one thing that we're doing that
We're
is like,
getting you pregnant. We got your girlfriend pregnant. That's right. Yo, yo.
Yeah, see, I feel like that's the downfall of most gang activity is,
We're so potent, we got your girlfriend pregnant.
or if you say that,
With you.
you're going to have to say that
As
a
the
lot,
sperm
though.
donor.
Oh, wait, no. See, that also, yeah, that goes back to making
But
it
it
sound
was
like...
because of us.
Yeah, see, you're admitting the crime that we're going to do. You know, this is still, we're tampering with...
All right.
Yeah, so I mean, I think
About-
it should be something more arbitrary that people are like,
Like-
oh, probably not those guys.
Tell her like it is, gang.
It's kind of long, but, you know, that one's getting better, I
We can
think.
put like, right, wash me on the back of the cars and then put like, tell it like it is.
Well,
Hashtag.
we won't write hashtag tell it like it is.
What? That's the point. How are we
Like,
going to hashtag
Again,
Twitter
no,
us?
like, see, I still...
We'll put like at.
I probably should, like, this is more like code names, you know, like the military, nobody knows who did what.
Okay,
I think
that's
we should
right.
go with that type of thing. Like, that's
We'll
what,
call
you know...
him.
But, I mean, yeah, we can still be the, whatever, you know, telling it like it is.
We're not smoking behind the police station. Yo.
Yeah, okay, that's a little
See,
too
that's
close
a
to
little
the other-
incognito.
I mean, yes and no. It's a
Because
little
it's saying
too...
we're not doing
It's
that.
very specifically what we're not doing, which I think would lead people... It's still, at least, you know, it gives them too much to look for.
You don't get it. It's like sarcasm or a metaphor.
Some people don't get sarcasm. They see it as, oh, well, that's what they're doing then. And no, again,
okay.
we're going to get caught with these names.
Oh, that could be a name. We're never going to get caught.
That's, again,
Never gonna get
it
caught,
implicates
gang.
we're doing something. Maybe we should just not do the gang name. And
What
then,
do we have a gang for? We're doing all this
well,
stuff.
because
it's
like,
fun.
and so far it's been working out great. You know, you have these great plans.
No one's going to catch us. That could be the name.
All right, but if we're walking
How about
around,
red bandana?
Red bandana. I like it. Let's go with that. Yes.
Because I have a red
'Cause you have a
bandana.
red bandana, and we're like your friends. We're part of your gang. We're the
Yeah.
red bandanas.
The red bandanas.
Yeah.
But you guys don't wear red
But
bandanas.
we
That's
don't.
my thing.
Even better. So then when something goes down, we get caught. If we do, even though we'll never get caught, you'll take the fall for us because you're the red bandana. It's like it's like you're a Zorro, but we still do the Zorro stuff, and you take the fall
Wait a minute. What?
as the leader. I mean, they're your great
Maybe
ideas.
you should wear the red bandana.
Oh, that's cool. I'll be the leader. I'll be the red bandana. That sounds awesome to me
All
as
right.
well.
You wear the red bandana.
Thanks. Cool. So you're still going to come up with the plans, though, right?
I think I need to go home because my mother's calling me.
Wait, why?
I'm not supposed to get in trouble.
So I'm going to get in trouble now? Did you just trick
You
me?
just said you're going to get in trouble. Whoever's wearing the red bandana is obviously going to go to jail. I've seen Oz. That's not good. Do not ask for another
Well, then how about...
roommate when you get there.
Again, like I was saying before, maybe none of us should wear a red bandana, but we'll still call ourselves the red
What if we
bandana.
all wear red bandanas and stand in solidarity behind you?
That could work as well. But
I probably won't, though. I'll probably run away
see,
when
exactly.
the cops come.
I'm pretty sure everybody, when it comes down to it, we talk a big game, but we're going to
I'm going to go in the
away.
woods tonight and tie my red bandana to a tree.
So I think that we should just not have red bandanas, and when stuff goes on, we try to look like regular people not doing anything.
But we're still going to poke holes in the condoms.
Well, of course we are. I mean, what else are we supposed to do with our time?
It's Thursday.
I'm gonna read books, listen to Throwback Thursday podcasts.
We could do all that at
look at
Shoppers
Throwback
Drug Mart.
Yeah, they do have a Throwback Thursday
I
section.
think it's open till 10
It
tonight.
better be open till 10 because that's what I read on the sheet this morning.
It better be open till 10.
All right, let's go over there. Well, I don't know.
Maybe we get to poke some holes in the condoms over there.
I don't know, but
too.
like they're still in boxes there. There's some pretty high quality boxes at the Shoppers.
Wow, we could get our blood pressure checked.
But yeah, let's all check our blood pressure. We want to make sure we're in tip-top shape for the mayhem of tonight.
I'm going to be able to run like the wind.
Don't
The Run Like the Wind gang.
get ahead of yourself. All right, we got to do the blood pressure first. Then
We'll see if we can run like the
yes, we
wind.
go on. I mean, there's nothing. Again, gangs always giving themselves away and just kind of counting their chickens before they've hatched. All right, let's just be the reasonable gang from now on.
I like it. The reasonable gang.
Okay, we're all 85.
Let's go poke
years old.
some holes in those condoms.
Just not teenagers at all, but 85-year-old men being reasonable.
What does age have to do with this?
I don't know.
We got nothing else better to do. It's Thursday.
How old are people that poke holes in condoms, Siri?
How old are you?
Let me have a look. Okay, I found this on the web for how old are people that poke holes in condom Siri.
I poked a hole in my condom so my girlfriend would get ... How can I poke holes in my boyfriend's condoms without him ... All right, this is the one we're reading. Thank you, Siri. Now, news from Siri. How can I poke holes in my boyfriend's condom without him noticing? This is on Yahoo Answers. My boyfriend doesn't want to commit, so I think an accidental, in quotes, pregnancy will move things along. If not, I can get a large amount of child support tax-free since my ...
Kids cost way more.
The
Just saying.
best answer is N.
So if you're
Moose.
just having kids for the sake of keeping a man, that is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
The top answer seemed to be, I don't understand why women do this. Why would you want to do this? This is horrible. You're a horrible person. Are you friggin' serious? Are you friggin' serious? People like you make me sick over here. You want to do something like this to trap him in a relationship is more likely won't even work.
Maybe she's trying to trap him out of a relationship.
Okay, here's someone
Because
who
she doesn't have her child support, right?
Listen, I'm looking for a way. My question was, how do I poke holes in a condom without him noticing?
Oh, right.
Shelley says, well, the only way I was able to poke holes in a condom was to go at the seam of the package and push the needle completely through, but you can't do it too much in advance or the lube will dry up.
Oh.
I was on birth control after my first baby, and by the time she was 3 months old, I had stopped taking it. I would take the pill out of the case and throw it away so my boyfriend thought I was taking them.
Oh, that's
I was
smart.
pregnant within the month, and my boyfriend would not let me leave. Wait, what? So I just had a baby and I need to trap him with a second one because that first one wasn't working?
First one wasn't his.
Poor you. How sad. I feel sorry for you. You should probably read Stop Fertility by Lisa Olson. I can't believe somebody gave an actual answer. So you want welfare. That's a way to raise a child. If money is all you're looking for, you are sick. Or you are one sick ... or stars asterisk. Con.
I mean, how big of a hole do you think you need to put in there? Like, it doesn't really need to be that big.
Depends on where it is. As long as you get it near the tip.
You just need it in the middle.
Yeah.
You don't need probably don't need a bunch.
But based on the fact that this other lady is saying, like, oh, what I did was, like, I took out my birth controls and threw them away, and then he thought I was taking them. Like, so is your boyfriend checking your birth control? If you were, one, if you feel the need to check your wife or girlfriend's birth control, or two, you feel the need to hide things or throw them away, like he's checking under your tongue, prison style, then there are much, much more greater issues to deal with. You really need to be with either you're just
I say this:
alone
if
or
you're
someone
leaving it in the hands of someone else, then you're leaving it in the hands of someone else,
Yes.
and you get what you fucking get.
Too big of a Hakuna Matata.
Sometimes it's hard to remember to take a little pill.
Yeah, I've had friends that were forever screaming, "Gah! What? Forgot to take my
That's
pill
crazy.
again." Okay, so what does that mean? Well, my boyfriend does visit. I have to use a stupid. All right, chill the frig out. Also, maybe your boyfriend's filthy looking.
There's got to be a better way.
There's got to be some sort of spray sealer.
What about that thing that the shoes were made out of on Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs?
That's exactly what I was picturing. You spray that over your wiener or into your vagina, and then it's sealed forever, and then you die, much like the whatever surgery to keep you from sweating. So then it just comes out a different way. It'll get in there.
Well,
Life finds
I
a way,
would
Jeff
say the shoe wouldn't come off because it's a shoe.
Mm-hmm.
But if you made them like, so it's just like a thing that goes over, like a sock.
Yeah.
And you can take it off and wash it. You're fine.
Well, realistically, I mean, if condoms were just made out of thicker, reusable plastic, then yeah, you could just, that's exactly what you're describing, except you're basically describing a dildo, I guess, that you Well, the guy goes inside, you ride the dildo, and then everybody cleans it off from the inside to the outside. And everybody's safe. Probably has some sort of plug-in sterilization.
We're probably
feature.
just going to move on to the Second Life stuff anyways,
Second
where
Life.
it's like you put on the sensory
That's Demolition
Geordie
Man.
LaForge, visors with the ear headphones.
And the wonderful world of what's his name, Sylvester Stallone having sex with his estranged daughter,
Oh my God.
Sandra Bullock.
Sick.
American treasure, Sandra Bullock. Oh man. So anyway, yeah, that lady, doesn't matter. You got your stuff. You got your pills, lady. Watched just speaking of advice or whatever, Quad MFT. So there's Quadcast, our friend Corey.
Father.
Hey, well, no such thing as grown-ups, people. This is the Quadcast here, and I am the Quad Father here with my co-host Swanee.
What up, boss?
Hey, and we know if you love No Such Thing as Grown-ups like we do, then you're going to love the Quadcast. And you can find us on Stitcher and iTunes and YouTube. Just search
Fly
Quadcast.
Fisherman's Journal.
No, we are not in Fly Fisherman's Journal. We don't do anything about fly fishing. At least if you start to talk about fly fishing, I try to change the topic. How would you describe our show, Swanee?
We're a couple guys that just, for years, we sent tapes back and forth, and then with technology, we've now started a podcast. We've been doing this for about 25 years, and now we're sharing it with the world.
And the reception is amazing. So we know you'll like it. So come find us on iTunes, Stitcher, and YouTube. And if you love No Such Thing as Grown-ups like we do, you're going to love us.
Subscribe. Never miss a moment with the Quad Father. I don't.
And
Oh my God.
we go back and forth.
Swanee's wife is liked us on Facebook. His fucking wife is right hot. Like she
Why
is
am
hot.
I hearing this with words and not a picture? Why am I
Okay,
doing
I'll
this now?
show you.
Yeah, now I have to wait for the break and lose my mind.
no,
I'm on
I-
your phone. I got. That's so small of a picture.
Well,
I'd
okay,
rather
but-
wait. No, we got a big screen. We got
She's
we got dual
fucking
screens.
hot.
Put it on the TV screen.
Whoops.
So speaking of how do you the advice you would need to deal with, like, hey, I'm on this podcast and now we're looking at your wife. This is appropriate.
We're stalking you.
So anyway, there's
Listen, I warned everybody on this podcast. If you like this podcast,
you become part of this podcast.
you become a part of
It immediately puts you on the front step, like Meatloaf and all those other people on the
my
Fight Club front
stalking.
step.
I got nothing else.
And the more you donate through Patreon.com/
The more I'll be able
No Such Thing
to
as Grown-ups.
stalk everyone.
Yeah, you could be a permanent project of Tara's. Your life could be Tara's project, and my news outlet, I guess. But yeah, so Courtney, I'm not. I think I don't know how this works, but he plays Call of Duty, and his son plays Call of Duty, and his son is like, I want to say like a professional Call of Dutyer.
Professional commentator.
CODC, and he gives advice on like how to play the games. He has like his name is Caleb, but I don't know. I don't know where to look for the answers to this. I don't know what Quad MFT is, and I don't know why his father is the Quad Father, and I don't know. I just don't know.
They're like a quad family because there's also the quad brother, I guess.
Okay, so it is all, or maybe is it about four wheelers? Are they four wheelers?
Minecraft, I think, is the M,
Is
FT.
the MFT Minecraft? Okay,
and then maybe there's something on Minecraft.
I don't.
Would
Well,
probably
maybe
seem
we'll
they're gonna have to.
Hopefully, next episode of theirs will get the answer to that. But yeah, one of the things. Speaking of advice, is he will go on. The Quad Father will go to the Quad Sons. Quad MFT cast and yeah, people write in on Wednesdays, and I think it was Advice Wednesdays or whatever. What should I do Wednesday? Something clever. And people
should I do
wrote in the comments on the YouTube and however, and him and his dad on the screen on YouTube. I'm watching people murder each other with crazy assault rifles and whatever, and then at the same time, a man and his son lovingly give advice to people. This one kid wrote in, "Hey, my sister sneaks out at night. What should I do? Like, should I, like, rat her out? Should I whatever? Like, I don't know what she's doing. And, like, that's just crazy. Like, one, crazy... I can't even...
rat her out, obviously.
Obviously rat her out, but...
You're going to get, like, points with your parents.
But, okay, what's crazy is, one...
You get, like, parents' points.
Yeah.
That you can use later to, like, trick them into shit.
That's not even one of the things that these two said, because one is this, like, this is a father and son. So, I mean, that's just, like, worlds colliding. Like, well, I'm right here. How do I tell him? How do I tell my dad what the real answer is? And then he does anyway, which Quad Son's name advice.
Quad Son.
And so even now,
I don't know if they call that. It's just
Caleb
yeah.
Says that you go right for the bribe. Like, now you have ammunition. Now you own your older sister. Wherever she's going.
She can't do shit for you. Trust me.
And yeah, that's what it basically comes down to. Watch any kind of sitcom. In the end, it just falls apart because somebody's older than you, they don't really have any power. But still, pretty good advice. The quad father, Courtney.
If you want to kiss their ass, you'll be like, oh yeah.
And again, it just sets off the domino that will come back around to them looking for dirt on you. And since they are older, they have more experience. They don't know what they did wrong. They'll just wait for you to do that same thing and be like, now get him too.
Though it's never good to be a snitch.
But yeah, so on the I don't know, the good advice, I guess.
You can snitch, but you probably get beat.
This is still crazy advice to me. The quadfather was like, well, just like kind of keep an eye out. And in my head, I immediately pictured like follow them and make sure they're not doing drugs.
Stalk them. I like it.
Or having sex.
Good advice.
Yes. So you of course love that. The two of you are both maniacs.
Follow them in your car.
But or
on a bike.
I picture this as like a 7-year-old. Go to the drug deal. Make sure your sister isn't in too rough of a drug deal, and hopefully you don't get killed. And then come back and tell your parents.
To watch a little movie called Uncle Buck, where a little older sister almost gets raped in the woods. Pretty sure that's what that movie's about.
I think that is what it's about. That is probably a good advice, is to call some creepy uncle and have him deal with it. Like, in the olden days, in my family, my dad was the weird uncle they would call, I accidentally had a party and everybody in town showed up. Please come over here and scare them all away. And there
you go. That's the...
And he Uncle Bucked
That's
them.
the answer.
I wonder, is that way? No, I think it must be a hunting thing. But that's what my dad was called, Buck, as well. Like, that's why I have an attachment to that movie, other than John Candy, American or Canadian Treasure. And,
it's a wonderful movie.
Wonderful movie. Terrible television show. Rightfully.
So, yeah, we watched a lot of...
Watch so many of their videos that now when I go to my YouTube is like, oh, hey, Curtis and Tara, you know what you'd probably be interested in? 37 assault rifle videos. You wondering about the new magazines on the AK-47? Here's a video about it. Oh, thank you. Thanks. So Call of Duty, a lot of guns, huh? Which is really funny, though, too, because it was like...
I guess that kind of would be the way... I don't know, though. I just can't get into...
I went through this a long time ago. Like, I did
But I guess it is probably more fun to watch someone that's good at it. Like, watch them play it. Why the fuck would I want to watch my shitty self play something?
Especially somebody with good commentary. Like, if you watch a movie with good commentary, you can enjoy the movie, like the commentary, better than the movie.
Like, what do I want to do? I guess it's about, like, learning how to do that. But if I would play a game, something like the Prince of Persia.
Yeah, the Persian Prince of Persia. In Persia, Prince. Yeah. The Persian Prince, formerly known as Prince of Persia.
The backgrounds and things. It's gorgeous, but I can't imagine that I would be able to get past the first fucking whatever it is.
Yeah.
Climbing up the castle or whatever.
Complicated.
Like, so why would I do that? But hey, I could watch someone else play that maybe and see.
But again, yeah, like I have fallen into a thing where it's like I will very occasionally watch some people play a video game, but again, I need them to be hilarious and interesting and take me on a journey of how insane or whatever, not just, hey, so I'm going to jump over here. All right, see if this is a box. Yep, box opens. Ammo's no good to me.
You still want to be entertained.
I'm there to be entertained. So like that was great, like watching this and have them talk about like completely different things. Like even the advice wasn't that. Clicked on another one. The advice was like, hey, so how do I level up or how do I whatever put on the golden armor of I don't know, Johnny McChalice or whatever. And it's like, oh, it's easy. You do this. But they're still just playing whatever. It's not like a visual demonstration.
Probably so people are gonna write in about this.
Probably. So I don't have any answers about that. If you know what a quad is, I
Tell
know.
us.
Yeah, tell us. The first quad in my life, my
Really
experience
stupid.
was my first. I want to say opponent, and not that the quadcast. Is
All
our
I can
opponent.
think of. Oh, it's horrible though. I
Yes.
can't even say it.
is the cartoon quad.
The cartoon quads.
Well, for me, this
horrible.
before you even came on,
That's
before I knew
horrible.
you, this cartoon didn't exist yet, and the first cartoon we were doing didn't exist yet. So we were using the program Flash, which everybody seems to know now. But a long time ago, nobody in the world thought about using it as a television thing, and people who did were laughed at and had garbage thrown at them. We were in one of those several first camps of having people throw garbage at you. Oh, you're going to do web animation on TV? Losers. Like, no. We're going to push it a little further. We know a little trick to make it look not like a web show.
Drawing. That trick was drawing.
And yeah, the trick was we're going to use a pen and draw it with a tablet, which everybody does now. And again, also people made fun of us and we're crazy. Like, yeah, it's just like real animation. And I don't know.
You'll never do that.
No.
You'll never get anywhere. Drawing on the computer. Asinine.
It was. People treated me like garbage. So we were trying.
So the computer does it all, though.
To be, yeah, but since the computer was doing all the work anyway, we could mostly just worry about being the first one to market. And we knew that there was other people about to do this, but we also knew, like, we've been doing this for a little while. We got this down. And then the show's almost done. But the release date, or however it happened, the channel, like, we're both on the same channel as well. They released this other show first. And everyone's like, oh, it's the first Flash show. They did it. Somebody did it. And it's like, this looks like a web show. And we did all this work to make it not look like that. Like, no, we're the first real. We did that. And they're just like, no, we don't care. It was really just about the first this whole time.
And it was about quadriplegic.
So this guy, was a comedian who was a quadriplegic. And he did just nothing but quadriplegic jokes. And then they gave him a show. And he created a bunch of incredibly handicapped people. I mean, one guy was a head
Capable.
on a skateboard. He was very capable.
Capable.
And they would have just adventures.
They were more than capable, though. They could fucking do anything.
They did everything. They were Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. But, crazy handy capable. And so, yeah, like my
what if there's something
first
like,
competition was quads.
is there a word
And now
if
my
you're
current
like
competition is quads.
more than handy capable? Like,
That's bionic, yes.
okay.
Your extracurricular bionic activities.
Extra handy. Handy
Like the Super Olympic
Extraordinary.
legless runner who shot his wife. Like, when he runs, he's got spring legs so he can, like, destroy
Right,
me.
so he's like better than
Yeah. But there's certain limits.
like someone that would have
Yeah. If somebody was like an
regular.
expert, had like a lugy,
grown legs, I guess, or
souped up.
what are they called? Or original legs.
Yeah. Yeah. Treading on ice that says we should probably take a break.
Everyone's heading to the iTunes store, subscribing and rating and so much more. Oprah gives away hundreds of cars. Stop by your iTunes and give 5 stars. Tell your friends, and tell your hot mom. There's no such thing as grownups.com.
And somebody shows you pictures of their Facebook friends and Facebook wives, and then what do you do? What do you do with your life after that? I can't go friend these people now.
Why not?
Because then it's like, hey, I'm just going to...
Oh, you can't go friend them. No, you can't. 'Cause
Yeah.
they're just on our Facebook
Well, especially...
page.
yeah,
They're
gonna-
just fans of the show.
Yeah, I'm not going to... Especially, like, I'm going to go friend your wife over here, and someone's going to talk to you about it on a podcast.
Then you're going to get shot.
And I'm going to get shot. I don't...
That's how you get shot.
I don't know how to live in society. It just doesn't make any sense.
You can't just go Facebooking people's friending them willy-nilly.
But what if somebody
People that upsets people.
Somebody's like, "Hey, look at this person." I'm like, "Yeah." Well, now what am I going to do? Not friend.
Not friend.
Doesn't it become a goal in my life to friend that person now? To befriend them?
No.
Look how pretty they are. Yep, definitely pretty enough to befriend. Or now, just so you know, avoid this at all costs.
We may have a problem.
Uh-oh. You just turned into a lesbian because of her?
No, that wouldn't be a problem.
Well, oh, only if I turn into a lesbian for her.
That wouldn't be much of a problem.
'Cause
Either, I don't think, but...
you're looking for a reason to hurt somebody.
No, who's getting hurt?
I assume me? Or do you assume I will actually turn
Well-
into a woman in order to become a lesbian, in quotes?
Oh, I have to choose one way or the other. Is that what you're saying?
What, you thought you somehow got both?
Maybe. Why not?
I don't want to imagine.
I think it could. I think that's how you could just. Sometimes you go one way, sometimes you feel another way, and sometimes it could go. We could feel both ways.
I see.
That's just how it works. I'm sorry.
Super confused. So we are getting another wife then. We're getting a couple wives.
Right now, I like you, so you're good.
So we don't have a TLC documentary
I'm saying it's
show
not a
yet.
problem. It's not a problem.
It's not a problem.
That will be the title of the show. It's not a problem.
That
Don't worry about it.
Does sound pretty good. You can see like the montage of all the different commercials, the lead up that TLC would promote. To It's Not a Problem.
I think that's a problem.
You're sleeping with my wife? I am your wife, and so am I. We're all
It's not a
sleeping together.
problem, see?
Hey, you know what? It's not a problem. Go eat. I'll be in the other room with the kids.
We just get 3 twin beds. It's not a problem.
It sounds like it works out pretty good.
Or just a king-size bed.
Somebody's going to want their own space at some point. At least 2. At least one.
Well, like
side
on
bed.
Caprica, where they had the very polyamorous marriages.
Now, Caprica, that's a land in Spain, or that's a futuristic land where Cylons
Everybody knows what I'm talking about.
and Battlestar Galactica.
Everyone that's listening to this show knows exactly what I'm talking about.
You're
Don't
probably
pretend
right.
you don't know
You're
the fucking
probably right.
BSG. Oh my god.
BSG. More like a G, a BS. It's a grand. 1,000 BSs.
So they're all just married together.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think that could be something. Appreciate. I don't really have an appreciation aside from the fact that
Siri,
it's
do you appreciate
lasted a long time
polyamorous
for
behavior?
where it's just on the men's side where they have like multiple wives. Like, if you have multiple wives, I think you should be able to have multiple husbands as well.
Checking my sources.
It's only fair. And also, then
Okay,
you have like
I found
a
this on the
husband,
web for Do You Appreciate
like
Polyamory?
as a
Polyamorous
man,
for-
he would have a husband that's like a friend
Mm-hmm.
too.
Yeah, it's really like no matter what, any family.
And you can touch each other's wieners if you want.
Yeah, like any family or whatever, it's just a team of people moving towards something. Either, hey, I have 30 kids to work my fields.
Then what if you're going to hang out with him more though? Oh, I don't.
Or
like
yeah,
this now.
so that's where that part, when you have a team and everything, I don't know, now that Bill Cosby is Bill Cosby, I don't know what to think anymore. I can't go to Bill Cosby analogies. The Fresh Prince, he's still cool, right? He didn't murder anybody. He's in Scientology. He's done some weird stuff. But on The Fresh Prince, when they were playing basketball and it became pass it to Will, pass it to Will, pass it to Will. Will
because
was the best.
he was the best.
Because he was the best for, new cliques, whatever you want to call them, like new groups formed within the team of, we all love the great feeling of winning and how easy it is to press the win button just by passing it to Will. And Carlton is like, I want to actually play. And some other people are like, I want to play too.
Oh, right. Yes, I remember now.
So yeah, like there's always going to be that issue of no matter how big or how small the team is. I mean, even within us, there's still going to be times where it's just like, I wish it was my turn to hang out with you, not the dogs or whatever. Like, there's always going to be a moment where it's just like, I want this time right now. Like, people just get selfish, whether it's rational or irrational.
So it's easier just to have two people.
So it's more difficult to have just two people, yeah. I thought you were having 2 more people is easier. Just add some more people so that when you do feel jealous, then they have someone else to go hang out with.
Right. Then you have more friends.
Which would
That would
be
be
great.
fine. That's fine.
Except when the housewives situation, like that syndrome that just occurs in nature as well. You put 4 or 5 people.
So you think then they're
Eventually, a war will break. It's one thing just had to, people just do things, but you only need one. And something as simple as, they always turn the thermostat up a degree higher than I like.
Why are they doing that?
They fold their face cloth on the side of the sink instead of hanging it on this hook that I have.
Why would they do that?
Because
what the fuck is wrong with them?
Or
they need to get out of this relationship then if they don't want to follow the rules and be subservient.
So I guess that's the thing. It's just like, their rule is no, we put it on the side of the sink because of this reason, and the hook is for the towel.
But no, I live here first.
Okay, so if you lived here first, then then it becomes a certain set of rules, and then that's why once you get another person
What
in
if the
there,
other wife just keeps going to you?
Mhm.
Oh, the other husband keeps. Dude, I just want to put my washcloth on the side of the thing, but she doesn't let me.
Mm-hmm.
She told me to hang it on this hook to dry.
Yeah.
That's not what I do. That's not how I roll.
But the hook is there, just hanging on the hook. It's really
I like to, scrub things and then put that on the side of the sink.
Mhm.
Makes sense.
I honestly
Hooks
I don't see how it makes sense, but just hanging on the hook.
Because if you hang it on the hook, then it's going to drip on the floor. But if it's not on the side of the sink, then it goes into the sink.
That makes a lot of sense, actually.
See, you with me? You going to tell her?
I think
You should tell her for both of us.
I guess I could.
Sometimes she goes crazy.
I feel like I have had this conversation with her before, though, and it just came back to somehow she's ready with the hook, or else I can.
Yeah, I
get it,
know.
guess.
And then I just said, yeah, I'll hook, but I don't want to hook anymore.
Mhm.
It's stupid.
Yeah, I'm.
You're going to tell her, though, and you tell her that really you think that as well, because you agree with me, right?
Yeah. I can't not agree with you, so I guess this is it. I'm gonna have to go and.
You're going to stand up to her.
Yeah. But
All right, man.
This really kind of sets
Good luck.
Sets a hierarchy, though, like that.
There's some other things, though, too.
Yes, so no, I'm not like the boss of the house. I feel like we should all.
This no milk thing, what's that all about? No cheese. Like, I'm a man, I need cheese.
You can have milk and cheese. That's fine. We're just not. We don't have it. We're not
And I
buying
need
it.
you to cook it for me.
No, that's not how this works.
Or her to cook it for me. Someone's got to cook it for me. I don't know how to cook. I'm just hot.
I guess you have a point. That does seem like why you're here. So I guess.
So you're going to cook stuff?
I guess I'm gonna go cook some stuff.
Okay,
and
you
then
tell
we'll
her
have a
that,
talk.
too.
Tell her that
I'm gonna
she's
eat
gonna cook. I'm not
cheese.
telling her. She has to cook stuff. But yeah, you can eat cheese.
Well, someone's got to cook it for me, but...
You just cut a piece of cheese off and eat it.
So you'll cook for me and tell her that stuff about the washcloth.
I guess I'll do those things, yeah.
Also, I can't do any more chores around this house.
All right, you're going to have to leave, I think. I think you're done here then.
You better talk to her about that.
Okay.
I don't know, dude. It's us against her.
I don't think that's how this
If
works.
I leave, it'll just be you against her. How are you going to survive?
I felt like it wasn't against her before you got here. See, I feel like a team, sub-team is opened
Yeah, we're
up
a
in this
team. We're the bro team.
Yeah. No, I don't think this works out. Let's just touch some wieners one more time, and then you're out. You gotta get out of here.
Touch. See, it could work out. It could work out fine.
So that worked out fine? How did that work out fine? We eventually solved the problem by getting rid of that guy. You go get another hot guy. And then...
Polyamory. I don't think that's how it would work. I think you all love each other.
As long as...
Like, why didn't you love that guy? You should probably love him, too.
I don't know. I felt like he was useless as a human being. So I find that hard to care for in any way.
Well, something about him, made you love him when you first were. Think back to those times.
I think you just brought him in, and I was like, "Is this? I don't think this is. Are we sure? There isn't really room for an extra bed
exactly. And that's how those men do it for the 5 wives.
Oh yeah, it's definitely. I've never questioned that it was like the women are going, "Hey, I have a great idea." It's always just some man with like a harem of women going like, "What? What's going on? What do you mean?" And then one occasional guy adds like another guy, and then people are like, ew, you belong on TLC. There's 2 fellows in this quartet of people. What could possibly happen?
Oh, no.
Even as a crazy prude, I still get the woman.
But you never know. Someday it could happen.
Oh, yeah. Someday everything will end up being some weird normal thing. The world will end. We start over again. And
we could do that because maybe what happens if someday we just become so synergized, we're almost like, we're like one person, and then we both fall in love with the same person.
Well, yeah, what happens
together?
What happens in 6 months from now when everybody is plugging into the computer mentally, and then it is not only Second Life, but like mental Second Life with whatever, even Oculus Rift is like now jacking in as well, so you see it and you really feel it, and the time passes, so you can spend
it's in your
brain, inside you.
Wow.
Right in your spinal fluids.
No.
And then it is like, oh, well, now my whatever thoughts are now integrated with the USB, and so are yours. And it's like, well, what if we were the same thing and we Voltron together and we both control this one body or whatever? And
the other person would probably just annoy us, though.
You know, as a person who does make mobile games or whatever, and forever we're just like, all right, check this out. This is what some people are doing with iPhones and iPads, and it's crazy stuff. Like, oh, now it's, you know, you touch it like this and it does weird things, or making it seem like augmented reality, or printing 3D.
What if we get
things.
a robot?
What if a robot becomes the extra thing? And again, what if that robot is also like, oh, that is a chat room avatar, so somebody from somewhere else, it's like, oh, well, we like to have like a pen pal or a chat with random people. Like, some people do that. There are like old couples that are like, oh, we have this couple we Skype to in Australia, and it's interesting and fun. And one time there actually was a kangaroo in their backyard. Oh, what a time it was. And what if that's, you know, I guess Futurama or whatever type of thing. Like, what if we download a Lucy Liu into our house, but it is just like Cedric from Wales. Hello, I'm visiting, but I'm in a robot body. I'm actually much different than this. Can't move.
Next. It'll be like,
G'day, mate. I'm Sheila. What's going on here? Am I supposed to put on goggles? I'm British again.
Next. I'm British again. Oh, that's our future. That is the future.
And it's true.
Whatever, you know.
Whatever dumb thing you can imagine as your nightmares, somebody's building for a future great adventure invention.
That's true.
Amusement parks, augmented reality.
I'm excited. Well, I bet you they can do that already with the 3D printers. The way on Star
Replica.
That could probably be like a 3D printer.
Mm-hmm.
So they would just have like, here's this food paste. And then we just print it out to look like a cupcake.
Well, that's my
whatnot.
biggest fear is the mind crafting of the universe.
Add salts or /sugar to.
Yeah, like when we have like a
food
particle
coloring.
accelerator that's at an atomic level, taking things and just going like, all right, we just break it up into this, we add them here, boop, that is, you know, it's salt, it's this, it's that, and it just generates just food out of basically nothing. But not even just food, but then it is
really
like bloop bloop.
Out of
There's
humans.
a concrete block, bloop bloop, made out of old humans and old cells floating around the universe. Bloop bloop.
Okay.
I made a sheep. Bloop bloop. I made a
Speaking
tree.
of all of
Bloop, bloop,
this,
bloop, bloop.
I am going to talk about gaming now.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess what we were getting at with all of that is we will have a 5-way marriage with Courtney,
No.
Mark, and his wife.
No. No.
That's not what you're getting towards?
No, that's not what I'm getting towards.
All right. One thing that I do know about Minecraft
Mm-hmm.
is that I said that I might play that with Matthew.
Yep.
So over the Christmas holiday, like, he's 8, he was showing me all this stuff. He's like, oh, I built this, like, I'm going crazy. And it was like amazing, all the stuff that he had built. I'm like, you built this all by yourself? Like, yeah. I'm like, are you sure? Yeah. It was just like, it looks advanced. I'm not sure. But he showed me all this stuff and it's like, oh shit, you can do all this stuff. And he's been playing it for a while. I think he's like, yeah, I did that when I was like 6. So it's like, okay. So he was showing me that he could just make animals appear.
Yeah.
I don't know all the ins and outs of it.
I know nothing about Minecraft.
Basically, like, you could go in and it's like Lego, I guess, kind of. So you can pick different pieces and then you can build things, but you can also destroy things by blowing things up. And there's green squares, men's, something.
Creepers that are
monsters. That part is creepy. And then he was flying all around and showing me like all his area and
the things he built
and stuff. So then he took me down to this mine, and he didn't take me; he just showed me in the game. And he's like, "Oh, I can make a cow or whatever. Get a cow." So we got this cow. So then he was done showing me the cow, and the guy was walking around. He's like, "Well," so then he just blew it up because he was going to leave. I was like, "What did you do? Why did you blow up that cow?" And it just like splatted all over the place. And he was like, "Well, I don't want to I can't leave it down here. I'm not going to come back and take care of it, I guess. So I don't know what'll happen to it if it just dies in the game." But that's horrific. I was like, "What? I thought this was about building and Legos, and now suddenly it's like blowing up." But I'm not sure if that's an object in the game.
I don't know what abortions are yet.
To blow things up.
I haven't correlated bringing life and having to take care of it with destroying it and making it, vaporizing it in a thousand pieces.
We were watching that PewDiePie, and he was playing some game where he was just blowing up animals.
I have no idea what that was. Yeah, that was not like Minecraft. These were like super high quality pigs.
It seemed like that goat.
It looked a lot like the Goat Simulator type of movement, and it was also like I felt like it was kind of like a backdoor side weapons testing thing for like a Call of Duty or something. But he could like jump super high and like just had a ton of guns, and then there was just I don't know. It seemed like maybe it was like a level spawner, like maybe you can make your own levels in like a Call of Duty and add weird things. Like just
it was like so he just had dug a pit, or there was a pit already there, and it was just full of herds of
just
cows
polluted
or
with
pigs.
Yeah, huge pigs.
And you're just like shooting fish in a barrel, basically.
Giant missiles, just laying waste to them, and it is.
That's so like. It's weird that the reaction, and he was like, "Yeah!" like freaking out, like, "Yeah!" That's weird. It's a bit of a weird reaction.
Well, it's kind of like the more I usually
just
look
so desensitized, I guess, that I was shocked because it shocked me so much. But the shocking thing, the even more shocking, like, was not just like watching these animals be like brutally massacred with guns and just like, but they're like freaking out too, like, whoops.
Yeah, lots of crazy sound.
Like they're screaming, and it's like, I don't want to say realistic, but quite of a highly rendered.
Yeah,
like it's not like little round.
Yeah, they weren't. Yeah, exactly.
Angry Birds,
8-bit
pigs.
squares. Yeah,
they looked
pretty. I think that the less actual violence that you actually have in your life, the more
you need to get it out in games.
Or no, it's just the easier it is to suspend belief or look at these things as if like just shooting into a pile of pigs and then flying everywhere is the same as fireworks. Like the most violent thing, explosive in your life, probably for most kids, is let's go look at the fireworks. Don't be afraid. These are just explosions of bright colors in the air. Hey, well, look at this thing. I can make those bright colors pigs and cows and people and tanks.
But all of those games are just to desensitize you.
Oh, yeah,
so you will be able to go and join the army.
Yeah, it's all Last Starfighter army training.
Right. Okay. We're in agreement here.
So, and I mean, or for everything else, like everything really is, for whatever reason, people trying to desensitize you to something they want to do. Like
that's quite shocking. So it was shocking, like just to see that these pigs being massacred, but then I was even more like, oh my god, just at his reaction to it. Which I'm sure it's nothing. It isn't anything really, because
no, it is literally it's jangling keys,
a game or whatever,
fireworks.
Right? Like,
look at the explosion, look at the explosion. That's
and there wasn't real pigs, like
no,
I'm sure everybody's going like, it's not real pigs, it's just on TV, or and okay, yes, but
then why isn't it fun just to shoot at dots?
Oh,
But I don't know. I'm, of course, being in the
It
market.
is kind of fun to shoot.
Exactly. Being in the market of making mobile games, once again, now I'm finding all this stuff where it's like I'm working my face off on this thing.
Like shooting is fun.
And then
Shooting is fun. There's no getting around it.
Yachts is like top of the market.
It's a very fun thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine cocaine and heroines are also fun things to do as well. I'm not saying it's not fun.
Yeah. But
Like I played Grand Theft Auto before, and sometimes you just, I don't know. We'll probably get lots of letters and notes about that, but sometimes you just take it. There's a very blurred line between reality and these things if you play them a lot, I guess.
Again, like if you're watching, say, like a vigilante, not necessarily Batman, but a Batman.
Sometimes I have the
character.
urges when driving in a real vehicle to just slam into someone because they weren't getting out of my fucking way.
Well, the problem with practicing, like yoga as a practice, is I'm practicing to stretch and to breathe, whatever, so that all the time in life I can kind of stretch and breathe, and it's not as difficult. If you practice, for example, freaking out or rushing through traffic instead of like going with the flow, and you've gotten used to plowing through things, you have kind of taught your brain and your body that is the thing that I like. That's what keeps me going and keeps me alive. So when you do end up in traffic, although you may not do it, inside you is now you've created this anxiety button. Again, just like baloney cups, like in order to remember a good story, you just have to remember the catalyst for that story. To get yourself upset, all you have to do is remember the thing that's similar, like whatever, like, you flip through a yearbook, you see somebody who picked on you, you get this feeling, you hear certain names, like, oh my God, you named your kid, whatever, Steven, like, ugh. Oh, that sucks, because I had a lot of Stevens that really just, picked on me or whatever. I just, as a name, that's come to mean evil or whatever. Like, everybody has a lot of these things, and it really does. Like, again, like, I just haven't played PlayStation in a long time. I've got a lot of great games there, but just because of that, of like, well, I don't really, as a person who gets anxious already, I don't need to add this thing that's going to make me feel anxious. And then, create these associations of, if I'm, whatever, on top of a building, like, should I be looking for crime? Or whatever happens in the Batman game. But mostly, like, the driving thing is usually the most, because it is, like, a need for speed is created once you get used to speed.
Real, I guess. You just, I don't know. But that is what I'm trying to say, is that it's blurred lines, like, what happens in these games, it is becoming real because it is another person there. Was I talking about this on the podcast? The Clash of Clans?
Yeah, so now it actually is. Yes.
And like you're going over and destroying someone's stuff, but like there is a person behind that, or you're falling in love with someone, or whatever, catfishing them maybe on World of Warcraft. And, I don't know. It's real. There's real feelings. There's real feelings. Yeah. Nobody cares about poor Neve.
No. All he wants is love.
So all these things are becoming real. Like, what does that mean then? So what does killing all these pigs in the pit mean if you can get married?
It means
Second Life.
Yeah, we've already come full circle, and we've been Caprica all along.
Oh my
Or we're moving
God.
towards Caprica, where it's like, if we want to continue, like a president, like I picture, it's like, yeah, like, all right, I'm the president, and you kids, Americans, Canadians, people of the world, I'm the president of the United States and the world, and if you guys want to keep fucking around, that's fine. That's fine. We can purge. We can all have a purge every day of the week if that's what we want. But we're going to have to plug ourselves into computers and use your bodies to power those computers, just like the film, the Morpheus film. I don't recall the name, but it was a good film. And yeah,
Jean Chrétien.
We can. Hey, what about me? I have some ideas too. I think I'm still alive. You want to throw the pies at your politicians? You can do that, but you have to go into the computer program. You have to get your Commodore 64. What year is it? It's okay. You plug in there, and then you go into the computer world, Futurama, etc., Tabarnak. You can swear. It's okay.
You can't. Oh no, they're gonna bleep. We have to bleep that out.
And yeah, like somebody will force us all. Like if you want to have death sports all day long, then we all have to go into death sport land, and then it becomes Thunderdome. Or we come to and just like all of the just like Thunderdome, there will be a little sect just like where's the Burning Man. There's going to be, hey, we just want to get raped and rape. Awesome. We're going to hang out here in the area where people are kind of like, let's not rape. Hey, we're going to be over here where we're just getting high. We're just getting drunk here, etc. You move off into areas and societies get created, and that's the Tower of Babel. That's Pangea. That's the world we already Capricorn.
We're on the cusp of the end of the world. Is that what you're saying?
I'm not the cut. We're just like at the beginning of the next millennium of robotism, and then we come back. Yeah, and then of just realizing, because then once people realize it's Matrixy, we're already there, or building the.
So
Matrix,
this is the end.
I don't know what
the apocalypse is now.
It's everything has always been, and then we're just realizing it again. We do it in the computer.
Your Roomba got
is
a
you.
cold.
And it's got a cold, but it was just you
all along.
It's the old version of you.
Oh my God!
It's your Roomba, as we just keep getting programmed into computers. And then that's what my greatest fear.
This is horrible.
Is worrying whether or not it's going to happen or it already did. Do people realize and just start purging? Do I at least have to wait? People get downloaded. You can go into the purge. I'm going to stay out here and chill out. But then we also have the other problem. I don't know if I'm downloaded or not anymore. I can't remember. I'm always purging so much. And now you purge me at the grocery store. You were in real life, dickhead. Not enough, whatever, real life computer cops to get these guys that are brainwashing themselves. It's all scary loopholes. Looper. Tonight, TBS. This has been another fun episode of No Such Thing as Grown-Ups. You could, of course, find after shows on patreon.com / I don't know, No Such Thing as Grown-Ups. / No Such Thing as Grown-Ups. Patreon. Donate $1 or more and get more movie phone styled episodes. Fun content, videos, exclusives, interviews. I don't know what else could possibly be there, but it will be there for a low price of $1 a month. Also, you'll be feeding a dog. Cuter than Sarah McLachlan's dog.
And you'll help us reach our goals.
We have lots of goals. They're really meaningful to us, to Jesus, and to Mr. T. No Such Thing as Grownups.com. For links to all the stuff. We do things 5 days a week. Keep you entertained.
And that's still all free.
Oh,
everything
nice.
On the Patreon is an addition.
Yep, there's still free stuff. You can still, if you love looking at things,
it's all
on
plus
Patreon,
ones.
It's there for free as well. But then there's some add-ons that really add to your life, I think.
Everything's okay, I'm just trying to
You're after
wag
showbiz.
my age. Yeah, I wanna know.
Hey Curtis and Tara, this is Kevin just messaging you to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. You have a good year, guys.
Musical intros and outro.
What do you?
Sorry.